So let's just jump right into it, guys. Starting at number 10, we have the hybrids. And no, they're not half human, half animal kind of mixtures. The hybrids are actually real humans. They're a husband and wife duo, Aisha and Ahmed from Kuwait. Now, ever since 2014, their blog and social media accounts have captured everything from their lives, from marriage, traveling, to life in the Middle East. And now what started as just an occasional blog post actually turned into a full-time career for both of them. Ahmad and Ashia, they now work with lead fashion, lifestyle, as well as cosmetic brands from all around the world. And their popularity extends to the Islamic world outside of the Middle East, including Malaysia and Indonesia. They are couple goals right there. I don't care. Coming up next at number 9, we have Tahim Al-Falasi. Growing up, Tahim Al-Falasi was a big fan of English and American radio shows, which she used to listen to on a regular basis. She was like totally obsessed with them. Now, during her experience as a visual communications major at Zayed University, she then started to make her own shows using basic production skills that she learned all from her bedroom. Now, the Tahim show, as it was called, was launched back in the year 2013, and then she became one of the first Emirati women to create and maintain an internet radio show, and she has found widespread success, and the Tahim show is regarded as one of the most listened to programs in the Arab world. All done through YouTube. This girl is killing it. Okay, number 8 now brings us Najoud Al-Shamari. She's a lifestyle blogger, YouTube star, as well as Instagram famous queen from Saudi Arabia. Okay, she's not really a queen, it's just, you know, she's just good at what she does, so queen. She's currently based in the UAE, where she shares all of her videos related to her personal lifestyle as well as travels and some funny moments in her life, with occasionally featuring 2 of her other brothers. Since starting in 2015, she has earned over 1.7 million subscribers and over 100 million total video views. Dalal Al-Dub comes in at number 7. She was born and raised in Kuwait City in Kuwait, and back in 2012, she started blogging on her website called Dalalid, and her content there focused a lot on her daily clothing choices as well as her makeup tips, and she also started sharing her blogs on Instagram. Shortly after that, her popularity started spreading all throughout the Gulf countries and the Arab world, and now her YouTube channel became a huge success from that, and she's never looked back since. The next channel is Jay Sajir and Al-Juhara Sajir, known as Jay Sajir online. She has been defined as a champion and a role model for other female influencers in the Middle East. In Arabian business, the world's most influential Arab woman in 2017, she was actually ranked number 24. And that's pretty impressive position to come in, because other government ministers and finance company CEOs were also on that list. So of course, she's definitely leaving her mark. Alright, so moving on to number 5, we have Daniela Mbaya. Now, through her vlogs and her beauty tutorials, as well as other video content that she posts, Daniela keeps it really real. Now, whether she's talking about what college students should actually do to prepare to go back to school, or if she's talking about credit scores, financing, whatever the case is, sometimes she talks about, I don't know, President Trump, as well as different shopping hacks for Muslim girls. Daniela, she's always bringing her honesty and her just lightning humor and personality to everything that she does. So she covers a lot of topics like politics, fashion, finance, like I mentioned, as well as life as a Muslim woman in general. Definitely a very fascinating, interesting channel. I highly recommend it. So trust me, you'll love her. Dina Tokyo comes in at number 4. Now, Dina and others like her are the reason for the booming $243 billion modest fashion movement happening. Like, she works alongside with some big names like Dolce & Gabbana and Zara. And since beginning her channel in 2011, Dina has become a fashion icon as well as a trailblazer. And she puts together outfits that are just complete pieces of art. This lady's talented. Next up, we have Lana Rose. Of course, we had to include her on this list. Lana Rose is a social media influencer, and she is a famous YouTube star with over 1.8 million subscribers. She's also doing big things on Instagram as well. Now, Lana Rose, she created her YouTube channel back in the year 2013, and she started posting videos about makeup tutorials and different things like that. She also loves to paint as well as loves to sing. And after she completed her education in London, she went back to Dubai and started appearing on her brother's YouTube channel, Mo Vlogs, before she branched off and created her own. Then at number 2, we have Huda Katan, and she operates the YouTube channel Huda Beauty, and she is one of the best known social media influencers in the entire Middle East. Now, she was born in Oklahoma City to Iraqi parents, and after she struggled with extreme self-image issues because of bullying that she experienced, she found a lot of solace in her makeup. Now, after moving to Dubai, she gained social media notoriety, and after her makeup tutorials and advice videos started gaining traction, she continued doing this full time. She is a highly successful businesswoman, very inspiring. She's literally one of the YouTubers that I look up to. But we've reached the number 1 spot, and that goes to Hyla Al Ghazal in this episode. Hyla Al Ghazal, she launched her YouTube channel back in 2013 when she was just 18 years old. And today she has over 7 million subscribers and over 1 billion total video views. Over time, her channel evolved to highlight specific key social issues throughout the Middle East. Now, the United Nations appoints women with inspiring and successful YouTube channels to be a change ambassador to the UN Substantial Development Action Campaign, and pays homage to the diverse amount of women that are passionate about using social media for change. She inspires a lot of people through her comedy, as well as she owns her own online shop. It specializes in bridal wear and evening gowns, and that's called Hyla Couture. So of course, this woman, she is doing absolute big things as well. And with the amount of popularity and impact that she's making, there's no doubt why she was number 1 in this episode. But number 10, Sophia Ali. She was born in November 1995 in San Diego, California, and she comes from a Pakistani Muslim family. She's best known for her acting performance in MTV's romantic comedy series, Faking It, as well as ABC's medical drama, Grey's Anatomy. She also appeared in the horror film in 2018 called Truth or Dare, but she became really famous when she appeared in Grey's Anatomy. Sophia, she played the role of Dahlia Qadri, and she was a Muslim doctor who wears her hijab all throughout the show. Nasim Pedrad comes next, and Nasim Pedrad, she was born on November 18th, 1981 in Tehran, Iran. Now, she's an actress as well as she's a comedian, and she's best known for her 5 seasons as a cast member on Saturday Night Live from the years 2009 all the way up until 2014. She, of course, comes from a Muslim family, and in her own words, she said this: "I knew at a young age that I wanted to do comedy, and maybe part of that was trying to fit in at school because I had a weird name, and my parents had these accents, and I was definitely a late bloomer." You may also recognize her from her most prominent recent role playing Dahlia in Disney's live-action Aladdin movie that came out last year, 2019. Next up at number 8, we have this lady, Jamila Jamil. Now, Jamila Jamil is an English-born actress, as well as a DJ, a model, radio host, and she even does some writing as well. She was discovered at the age of 22 years old, where she was a teacher in London, England, teaching English. She was born to an Indian father and a Pakistani mother. Now, she had some unfortunate events happen to her. She broke her neck in a car accident when she was 17 years old, leaving her bedbound for a year and a half. And the thing is, she was also born with congenital hearing loss, as well as labyrinthitis, and she had to have several operations to correct this. Now, she states that she has 70% audibility in her left ear and 50% in her right ear. And this was in the year 2015 that she said that. But hey, this didn't stop her because she became a journalist for Cosmopolitan magazine and the Huffington Post. And then 2 years after that, she became the face of Maybelline and Nails Inc. And in 2012, she released her own clothing line after much success in the fashion industry. Later on, she was recruited by BBC Radio 1 to host her own show on their network. And she was also one of the stars on the show The Good Place. So despite her accident, despite her disability, she just keeps on going, doesn't let it stop her. She's a success, no doubt about it. Number 7 brings us the fantastic Halima Aden. Halima Aden, she's not only a UNICEF ambassador, but she's also the first hijabi to walk on international fashion catwalks. Her journey started in the year 2016 when she took part in the Miss Minnesota scholarship pageant wearing her hijab as well as modest full covering swimwear. From there, people were really impressed by this, and after that she was then signed by IMG modeling agency and she walked in Kanye West's Yeezy season 5 show during New York Fashion Week, and also she was called a change agent in an Elle magazine feature. Halima Aden says that one of her aims is to take on all the stereotypes of beauty, especially as a black Somalian Muslim woman. Irina Shayk is next. She was born in the USSR on January 6, 1986, and her full name is Irina Valerievna Sheklislamova. She's a model and an actress, and as a matter of fact, she made her acting debut as Megara alongside Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the movie Hercules back in the year 2014. Now, her full last name, Sheklislamova, it consists of Sheikh Islam, which literally translates to Islamic scholar. Now, she has said that she inherited her looks from her father, and that oftentimes a lot of people think that she's South American, and she said this in her own words: "My father was dark-skinned because he was Tartar. Sometimes Tartars can look Brazilian. I get my light eyes from my mother." And to be honest, I literally thought that she was Brazilian before I did this video. I've heard of Irina Shayk, I've seen her, and when I did this video I was like, oh, okay, so she's not what I thought. At number 5, we have Zareen Khan. Now, Zareen Khan, she was born to a Muslim Pathan family in Mumbai, India. Now, Zareen Khan made her screen debut with a leading role in the 2010 film Veer, where she co-starred with Salman Khan. And with that, she was nominated for the Zee Cine Award for Best Female Debut. She speaks Hindi, Urdu, English, Marathi, and she also speaks a little bit of Pashto as well. Mahira Khan comes up next at number 4. Mahira Hafiz Khan, she's a Pakistani actress, and she is dominating the Pakistani industry right now. Mahira Khan, she comes from Karachi, Pakistan, and she comes from an Urdu-speaking Pathan family. Mahira, she's seen in many ad campaigns for companies like Aquafina, Q Mobile, among many others, and she was also the first Pakistani brand ambassador for Veet. She made her screen debut alongside Atif Aslam in the movie Bol back in the year 2011, and she's also famous for her role in the series Humsafar. Noor Stars is next. Now, she is a woman that I recently came across. Noor Naeem Kalam, better known as Noor Stars, is an Iraqi YouTube phenomenon who's earned a massive following with her mix of comedy skits, vlogs, as well as beauty videos and other types of videos as well. Now, she's the first person in the Arab world to reach 11 million subscribers on YouTube. And Noor Star, she launched her channel on April 24th, 2014. Her first vlog was titled "What's on My iPhone?" and then similar videos followed after that. And in her videos, she's shared with her audience about her weight issues as well as her diet and sports routines. And soon after that, Noor Stars came up with her makeup and beauty vlogs. And since then, she's grown and attracted viewers from all around the world. At the time of filming this video, she has 15 million followers on YouTube. So good for her, growing such a massive following in such a short period of time. 15 million subscribers in what, 6 years? Number 2, we have Nilofa. Now, her full name is Noor Nilofa Binti Mod Noor, but for the sake of my sanity, I'm just gonna keep it at Nilofa, okay? Now, she's a Malaysian actress, TV host, as well as a model and an entrepreneur. And she appeared in several films, TV series, and she was named among Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia back in the year 2017. Nilofa was born in Pasimas, Kelantan in Malaysia and is of Arabic, Pakistani, and Malay descent. She has a hijab brand and is called Nilofar Hijab and is sold in more than 37 countries, including Singapore, Indonesia, Australia, UAE, the United Kingdom, as well as different parts of Europe. Now, last year, December 2019, late last year actually, Nilofa introduced the Nilofa brand with its first product, banana milk, to the Malaysian market under the company name Nilofa Group. So not only is she a massive entertainer, but she has proven to have a lot of business acumen, and her brand continues to grow day in, Day Out. And finally, we reached number 1 in this episode, and that spot goes to Gigi Hadid. Yelena Noura Hadid, of course we know her as Gigi Hadid. She was born on April 23rd, 1995, and she's an American model. An interesting fact about Gigi Hadid is that over the span of 4 years, she made 35 appearances on international Vogue magazine covers, as well as she was signed to MIG Models back in the year 2013. In November 2014, Gigi Hadid, she made her debut in the top 50 models ranking at models.com. And by the time 2016 rolled around, she was named the International Model of the Year by the British Fashion Council. She's Palestinian American, and she's a supermodel, and her sister Bella Hadid, they follow the same faith as their father, Mohammed Hadid, who arrived in the United States as a refugee at the age of 14 years old. She has impacted millions of followers around the world, and she's seen as a role model for women aspiring to have such an impact as she does. I swear the fashion industry has become synonymous with Gigi Hadid. You can't think of fashion and not think of Gigi Hadid. For that reason, among many other reasons, she is number 1 in this episode. So let's start off with number 10. We have Mahira Khan. Mahira Hafiz Khan, she's a Pakistani actress, and she is dominating the Pakistan industry. Mahira Khan is from Karachi, and she speaks Urdu, and she's from a Pathan family. Mahira is seen in many ad campaigns, including Aquafina, Q Mobile, as well as other big companies. She's also the first Pakistani brand ambassador for the company Veet. She had made her on-screen debut alongside Atif Aslam in the movie Bowl, and that came out in 2011. And she's also very famous for her role in the TV series Humsafar. At number 9, we have Halima Aden. Halima Aden, she is not only a UNICEF ambassador, but she's also the first hijabi to walk on international catwalks. So check it out. Her journey started back in the year 2016 when she participated in Miss Minnesota Scholarship Pageant, and that's when she was wearing her hijab as well as a modest swimsuit. From there, she was signed to the IMG modeling agency, and she also had walked in Kanye West Yeezy Season 5 show during New York Fashion Week. She's also been recognized as a change agent by Elle magazine, and she was modeling hot hijabs. One of her core missions in life is to really take away the stereotypes of beauty as a black Somalian Muslim woman, and she's breaking all sorts of stereotypes. Linda Sarsour is next. She was born in New York City, and she's of Palestinian descent. Now, Linda Sarsour, she's a political activist, and she's also the co-founder of the Women's March. Now, the Women's March was a worldwide protest back in January 21st of 2017, which was the day after the inauguration of President Donald Trump of the United States. The world really began to start knowing who she really was more and more after she started becoming involved in civil rights issues, including feminism, police brutality, immigration, and she's even marched with the Black Lives Matter movement in the United States. And you know, the thing is, because she's been outspoken about certain issues that are really close to her heart, a lot of criticism, as expected, is coming her way. Either way, many Muslims view her as the right sort of leader that they want to represent the entire Muslim community. She's very fearless and doesn't back down easily. Ellen Bernstein was raised in a Christian family, and then she reportedly converted to Islam after studying Sufism. She has remained on a spiritual path of self-discovery since then. And in an interview, she had admitted that she believes in all religions and believes that they're sacred in some way. She's also very close with one of the preachers of Sufi Islam, and her Sufi teacher is Inayat Khan, and he actually gave her the name Hadia, meaning source of guidance. Now, she doesn't fully dedicate herself to any single religion, but she believes and lives according to all religions, and she holds Islam very close to her core identity. Then we have Mais Hamdan. Now, her full name is Mais Abdel Jabbar Hamdan Salim, and at the time of filming this episode, she has 2.7 million followers on Instagram. She is a Jordanian actress, TV personality, as well as a singer, but she was born in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates to a Jordanian father of Palestinian descent and a Jordanian Lebanese mother. Back in the year 2004, she started her career in TV in Karita Rakan as well as Sawalef Harim, and also she was in Kirki On in the following year. Now, in 2006, we witnessed her film debut, and she played the role of Jamila Manila in the Egyptian film titled Zarf Tari, meaning emergency case. Yasmin Abdulaziz comes in at number 5. Yasmin Abdulaziz is an Egyptian actress, dancer, and a model, and she started in commercials at a very young age. So after a while, she started to act in films and TV shows. What really got her started was a series called A Woman from the Love Time that was a huge success all over the Middle East. And then after the success of that, she was involved in another mini-series called Kids Are Going Crazy, and from there, the rest was history for her. Atin Aymer is next, and she was born on November 22nd, 1986. She's famous for being an actress, and she's also an Egyptian, best known for her role of Fatih in the television series El Ad. She's also appeared in films such as Chaos and Disorder, and her first major role was in Hadrat El Motaham Abi, meaning Mr. Guilty is my father, along with Noor El Sharif. The woman at number 3 is Sheikh Hasina. The Honorable Sheikh Hasina Wazed is the current Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and she's been in office since the year 2009. Politics runs in her family because Sheikh Hasina is the daughter of Bangladesh's first president, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. She's also been the longest serving Prime Minister in the history of Bangladesh. And you know, a very interesting thing is that she actually served as a Prime Minister back in 1996 to the year 2001. And then years later, she was re-elected again. Malala Yousafzai is next. And you know, young women like her really deserve a lot of recognition, especially because of her activism. As an activist at the age of 16, she was the youngest holder of the Nobel Peace Prize, and she received that when she was 17 years old because she stood up for the rights of females so that they can get education and access to other things in life that they were denied. So I definitely had to mention her because her fame has spread all around the world. But the woman in the number 1 spot is Gigi Hadid. Her full name is Jelena Noura Gigi Hadid, and she's an American fashion model, and she stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall. She first began modeling when she was just 2 years old, and Gigi Hadid has gone on to work with brands like major brands like Tom Ford, Versace, Reebok, Victoria's Secret, you name it. And her success has been just non-stop. It just continues. She's had appearances on international magazine covers. She's walked on like all major runways, and she's appeared in all major fashion weeks. And at the time of filming this episode, Gigi Hadid has over 51 million followers on Instagram. Now, if you enjoyed this one, be sure to leave a like on this episode